The GM recall thing I'd like to talk about. Ignition switches that not only have affected GM, but they've also affected Chrysler. When I take a look at this, number one, Chrysler and GM both had bailout money. So the globalists stole money from the taxpayers. Now, Congress is allowing lawsuits on the same companies that took the bailouts. I see a new world order happening. And literally everything that you see in politics is a new world happening. With Hillary Clinton sitting on the stage saying, well, if Congress doesn't pass this, then I'm just going to quit politics. You're going to be without me. Well, Hillary, we never wanted you in the first place. I mean, you're selling a book right now and nobody wants to buy it. I mean, you've lost. You committed the LIBOR scandal. You committed fraud during 9/11. That's why they blew the Pentagon up. Banking fraud at the beginning of your husband's term. 3 major banking frauds that I know about. And the LIBOR scandal is over $500 trillion in scandal where they were falsifying, attacking certain groups and their credits, certain individuals. So in other words, if you were a true believing Christian, they would just ruin your credit report because they control it. They control your work history. They control your credit report. And by the way, that's a secret work history that don't say nothing. It's linked into your medical records. It's linked into the courts. And what they're doing right now is they're attacking men. They're trying to incarcerate as many men as possible with all these new laws so that they can just drone strike a prison. So let's get back to GM, guys. They both took bailouts. They both have ignition problems. What are bailouts? They're debts, guys. Debts. You take money. See, Ford was smart. They didn't take money. When you take money, you're a slave. Just like Hurricane Katrina in Louisiana. Okay, they took money. Now their police, their government, their mayors, their city officials are all slaves to government and debt. They're more enslaved. Now, yeah, they got a new street. They got a new courthouse. They got a new parking lot. Now they have to attack their citizens. They have to turn their police force into money-hungry monsters so that they can repay the debt. The bankers are the problem. They're the problem with the entire world. They're the ones that want the New World Order, putting countries in debt. That's what war is. You put both of them in debt. Every war for the past 300 years, the Rothschild dynasty bloodline of kings and queens of this sacred bloodline that they breed with each other, that they don't get inoculation shots at birth. They keep their bloodlines pure. They don't want all this tainted eugenics in their blood system. No way. That's for the meek. So Rockefellers and Rothschilds are breeding with each other. They're all interlinked so that they can have this mythological god bloodline. And they could be better than you. And by the way, they'll be able to see like an owl. They'll be able to have all the abilities, the animals, just like we originally can. Our teeth can grow back. We don't know that. Hey, I read about a guy that his finger grew back. You wouldn't believe it, but your body parts can grow back. You have junk DNA in your body, and it's been given to you by Nazism and eugenics, and it goes all the way to the high priest who killed Jesus Christ. The Illuminati, the ones who believe that wisdom is theirs, and they're going to consume it from you. They're going to steal it from you. Now, the 100-year charter is over with in America. The Federal Reserve is empty. They don't have a charter, so now we've got pharma corporations, media corporations, car businesses, bankers fighting. They're fighting wars and all this fictional stuff. The craziest thing about it, they're covering it all up. The only thing that's going to really cover up chemtrails, fracking, they're stealing your water supply, people. They're robbing your air. They're stealing the oxygen out of the air. They're killing your oceans so that they can have a one world currency. That's their only goal. They don't care about you. And everything to do with GM and Chrysler, look, they took the money, they're in debt, now they're slaves. So now they recovered from their debt. Now it's another attack on American corporations. Walmart is not an American corporation. Sam, he's gone. Okay, he's gone. The globalists have taken over. World bankers, foreign European money own your house. The Federal Reserve. Foreign world bankers. They own your house. They own all the lands. They own your car. They own everything that has debt. The cities are in debt. They own it. European, even the court systems are all European laws. You know that gate you cross? It's a European gate. It's a ship. It's their European ship. Hey, Columbus is sailed in, And you got to say I to give up your rights. That's why your name's in capital letters on your driver's license and your social security, number exists. And then your birth certificate has a number. You're a commodity in the European stock market. And if you don't produce, they just kill you with eugenics, flu shots, immune shots. They give you cancers. Oh, come on in. Let me do you some testing for cancer. So they inject these old people with cancer. You got smart meters radiating them to death. Their brains are so fried they don't even forget things that they did a minute ago. That's how bad these elderly are. I've never seen anything like it. Short-term memory loss. Oh, no, that's genetic. It is not genetic. They have fluoridated you people for so many years. Aluminum. No metal that man makes can go into the body. You can put copper in the body, you can put but you can't put aluminum in the body. It calcifies your endocrine system. Your pharma corporations have the serpent crawling up the tree of life to predator wings. In other words, they're going to strangle the meek with the serpent to death. But then they're going to have the wings like mythological gods. That's the symbol that you live by. That's the doctor that you're taking your kids to. The eugenics doctor, the IG Farman, the Rockefeller School of Medicine that has basically killed all the shaman that knew how to naturally heal people like Jesus Christ did. Basically now they're just low-paid, drug-dealing pill pushers. I mean, they're great if you get in a car accident because they can't hide that. I mean, you're mangled. So they heal you, but they don't heal any other thing. Nothing. They can't even heal the common cold. Put sodium lauryl sulfate in your soap to kill the acid mantle so that your body absorbs these viruses through the skin. Oh no, it doesn't. They can put testosterone on your skin and it absorbs. And then you're brushing your teeth with fluoride, and you got fluoride in your water, fluoride in your cereals, fluoride in baby food, fluoride in baby milk, fluoride's in everything. Teas, everything you eat. There's a list that I have on a website that all the things that contain fluoride. They're spraying you by the air with chemtrail fluoride. Guys, we are at war. Microscopic bombs are falling from the sky. This is not paranoia. I'm not selling you fear like that fear box TV. I'm telling you the truth. We're at war. They're bombing you with chemtrails on a daily basis. Weather warfare, weather modification, weather engineering, geoengineering, GMOs, eugenics sprayed by air, fluoride making your brain dumb so that they can pass all these laws. They're slow killing you. It starts with the elderly, and it just keeps moving on down until it gets to the children. The cancer rates, I did a video, cancer rates, 3,000% higher in children. 4 years ago, I filmed chemtrails. 4 years ago, and I said people are going to get sick. 3,000% of childhood cancers increased from 2007 to 2013. Respiratory illnesses moved up the chart from number 13 on the death list to number 3. And I think it's even moved up further since then. I just went to a funeral of a lady that died of lung cancer. Boom, just all of a sudden got lung cancer, dead within about 4 weeks. It's not lung cancer, it's nanoparticulates of aluminum that you're breathing. It cannot enter the body. It kills every organ in the body. And when you mix it with electrosonic weaponry, micro EMF frequencies, radiation, smart meters, what do you want to call them? Cell towers, wireless internets. Do you know the wireless internets make your children sterile? It kills the eggs of a teenager by design. All you see is, oh, GM's being sued. Let me jump on the bandwagon and sue GM. So what are you doing? You're suing an American corporation. You're killing everything in America. Guys, I went to Best Buys the other day and I said, sell me a stereo system that's American made. We don't own such a product. Harley Davidson's not even made in America. You leather jacket wearing Harley riders, I love you, brothers. I love Harley Davidson, but not anymore. It's not made in America. It doesn't make sense, guys. That lawsuits, these bailouts, were to create and consume corporations. Walmart's in your neighborhood. It comes in like a virus and it eats out all the other businesses, eradicating them with their smiley face and their six-pointed star at the end of the symbol of Satanism. Read about Saturn and Satanism and the worship of Saturn and the pyramids and the circle. Look at your car manufacturer, Mazda. A circle of Saturn with the horns of an owl. Look at the Toyota symbol. Come on, the Saturn. You got it in everything. Look at Saturn car products that they had to satisfy the Freemasons. Car company called Saturn. Well, they're not satisfying to make the Freemasons anymore. They're trying to save an American corporation. The British are trying to kill it. That's what the bailouts were. That's what these lawsuits are. And you people are completely have an education below plant life if you can't see the New World Order here. Do you know that Bush and Obama both signed the North American Union? We emerged with Canada and Mexico. And you're talking about people coming across the borders, children. Now today's July 1st, 2014. You don't see, never will the media mention the North American Union. Never will they mention chemtrails. Never will they mention fracking. They used to use sand and water, and now they use over 100 toxic chemicals so that they can just eradicate your well water. They want the wells poisoned so that if they want guns and they control the water, they can just make you thirsty. If you haven't drank water in 10 days, I think you're going to give up your guns. I don't care how brave you are. I promise you I won't. I promise you I'm so freaking stubborn that I would die before I would give up my gun for water. And if everybody had the personality like I do, this world would be a better place, I promise you, because I am fearless. I speak words of truth and God. My words come from my sufferings, not turning to hate and fear, but my sufferings turning to God and truth. And the answers just come like a wireless internet of God. Why do you think Jesus had his heart in his hand and a halo around his head? Because he lived in the upper part of the chakra. You know, the Washington Monument, that tower, that staff. What do you think that is? The same staff that the Pope holds, with the pineary gland connected to it. It is an illuminated, wisdom, wise mind connecting to the higher energies of God and the wireless internet of our magnetosphere. What are chemtrails? They're creating a false magnetosphere, separating you from the energies of the space. That's one of the things. They're also killing your food supply and your water. They're killing your bodies. And then Obamacare is going to step in and just dominate and make so much money. Oh, it's going to be so profitable killing people. They've been killing people for years. Why aren't the dentists in prison with the symbol of Saturn around it with a pyramid, a snake crawling up the tree of life? Mercury, lead, fluoride. Little Johnny, did you take your fluoride? I remember that when I was a little boy, filling my mouth with mercury. Why aren't they in prison? I'm going to tell you why. Because the eugenics, IG Farben and Rockefeller created the industry. And then when you were born, they gave you an injection to where your teeth didn't grow back. And now we're addicted to dentists. We have to go to the dentist. My tooth hurts. Well, they never told you that your teeth used to grow back. Oh, you think I'm talking fiction? Well, do the research, people. Look at all the ancient mummies. Their teeth were perfect. Look at the pyramid. They had technologies and wisdom higher than ours. You see, this world has risen and fallen and risen and fallen and risen and fallen, and it's all under control, and it's a war between the darkness and the light, and it's been going on for probably millions of years. We have risen and fall. We went through the dark ages, we went through God. We went through the dark ages, we went through God. What are chemtrails? Turning the skies dark? What are the dark ages? Well, there was no sun. What was Noah? Mankind messing with Mother Earth. And Mother Earth went, I'm shaking you off like a bunch of fleas. Like the virus you are. Because Mother Earth is a living planet. It's alive. She's getting very tired of you stealing her resources. So she's just going to shake up the world and just bring them all back. Mr. Rothschild's gold in his vault is just going to be shaken so much that it's going to turn into wire mesh, and it's going to spread all around the planet from the waters. And she'll equal it out, and the magnetosphere and the oxygen and all the metals that are in the earth go back to the earth. Maybe in, I don't know, another 1,000,000 years we'll have another mankind birth, another Adam and Eve. Who knows? The planet will heal itself. If you don't see that there's 1%, I'd say actually even higher now. There's about 4% of the population that are completely psychopathic. They're so consumed. I know I worked in the corporate world. Look, I own my own business. I own a pet store. When I saw the medical industry selling the same damn medicines to my animals for $3 that they sell for $100 at the drugstore. And then you got to go to the doctor and spend another couple $100, and you have to have insurance and even to go to the doctor. So it's just a circle of life. Well, why didn't you come to my pet store? I'll be giving you some antibiotics for $3.99. Same antibiotics that the doctor gives you. So yes, I'm awakened consciously. Then I moved into working in the automotive banking business. I was right doing loans prior to the LIBOR scandal. I saw the money that they're stealing from people by creating a company called Fair Isaac and then editing the credit scoring and treating each person like an individual instead of package selling the deals like we used to. Selling people instead of selling a number of a person. You've turned into a number like your Social Security and your capital letters on your birth certificate and the capital letters on your driver's license. You've been sold into slavery, my friend, and the LIBOR scandal is one of the largest banking fraud scandals that could pay off the United States debt 100 times over if we just wake up. But no, they want a war so that we can stay asleep. That's what war does. Rockefeller lends weapons and gives money to both sides, and he sits on his yacht out in the ocean and laughs at you while you're killing each other over some media event that he launched that's not even real. Your whole life is fiction, from your education system to your doctors, to your lawyers, to your laws. Listen, we're going back to God and love. This is where we're going. You're either going to suffer greatly before you go back, or you're going to awaken consciously and go back by your own admission. It's your choice. But this earth is going back to love. I don't care if our body vessel has to die off and we re-evolve again 1,000,000 years from now. After it wipes out all the nuclear power plants, strategically placed bombing sites all over America so that the Europeans can bomb them with their Israeli army that the taxpayers have been paying. Do you know your taxes are voluntary, your employee taxes? Federal is not federal. IRS has nothing to do with America. It's a foreign corporation. I mean, when are people going to wake up? Guys, look, they're trying to get rid of everything. They're even attacking Hobby Lobby. And they're getting up there saying, Hillary Clinton sitting there saying, well, they're trying to stop women from having freedom of choice. What? They give over 5 ways that women can use birth control. They just don't want a pill of death in their operation. They want to leave America, America. What the hell is wrong with that, Hillary, you idiot? You freaking moron. And she says, well, I'm just going to give up politics. Oh, good. Get the hell away from us. I say in 2016, none of the above. You remember the Richard Pryor movie? None of the above. We don't need a president. Every president since JFK has been a murdering war criminal. Oh, we're going to go to war in the name of peace. Well, where the hell is the peace? You promised peace. No, we're not peace. Our kids and our children are so blind to reality that you changed history. You've lied to us so much. Now our kid's deity is an apple, which cut it in half has a 5-pointed star. That's the same 5-pointed star that they hang over Satan, the unalignment of the zodiac. But when you understand the 5 and the 6-pointed star, you'll start understanding the Freemasons, the Bilderbergs, the Illuminati. People, men who think that they're gods over men. They create their own laws. And you think mythology is something of the ancient past? Come on. Your judge sits on a throne wearing a black robe having the hammer of Osiris and Thor. And so do the priests sit on thrones. Oh, let me pray for some poor people. I mean, come on. What the hell are you flocking to that blind, conservative church of stealing truth? That's what it does. It steals truth. It robs truth from your mind. If you want to confess, here's a booth. Come on to that. What? Get on your knees. You don't need 4 walls, and you don't need a golden throne to confess to God. I imagine a church, a field. I even dreamt a giant field with a big rock standing and a couple of trees that shelter the rock. And there's no ownership or title of this field. Everyone that attends are the owners. We all equally own it. We all have a say-so. A real democracy. People, freedom. Not an elephant, a mule both consuming everything. There are no parties that both have the same agenda. New world order, one world government. More for themselves, less for you. More for themselves, less for you. No, we're going to get a Republican in there. Guys, when you can't see the system of selling you fear, giving you a pill to solve the fear, and then profiting from the pill. I see it. I also see GM being put out of business. I see Crysler also being put out of business. And I see Vietnamese and Japanese car companies conforming to the agenda. You know, hey, they sent a message to Japan. They hit them with the Fukushima. They went out with their HARP weapons and they created a tidal wave, just like they did Haiti. Wake up. Read about HARP. Low frequencies can shake this planet. It's done it before. Where do you think they got the weaponry from? Why do you think they're in Iran and all the ancient lands and they're always killing brown people? Jesus was a brown person. So they're always killing brown people, says George Carlin also. Says me also. Well, I see it doesn't take a fool to see why they're killing brown people, because they were the ultimate wise people. They actually learned about truth. They had a much higher wisdom. You see, I work for media corporations, and right now they're using 3 of my ideas. They would invite me to meetings because I was an enlightened person. I could see into the future. I can see things that other people can't see. I can watch a movie, and I can tell you whether the movie is good or bad. I can tell you exactly the message that they're trying to give you in every movie. I mean, I can see the evil, I can see the good. You know the Eye of Ra? You remember the movie Avatar? You know the Eye of Iwa, passing through the Eye of Iwa? What do you think that is? And all of a sudden the planet becomes one and fights off the virus. Seems like the Illuminati, just seeing how stupid you are. The more control and power that they have over you, the more they want to share their knowledge. They're just slowly conforming. They're seeing who is going to open his mouth and stand up and fight. And they're seeing who's going to conform. And Obama has a kill list of the people like myself. I got a comment the other day. The guy says, no, what did he say? He said you're paranoid. Paranoid? There's nothing paranoid about what I'm saying. Paranoid is not speaking out. That's what paranoid is. Fear is not saying it. Plant life, wisdom people. You sheeple. I'm speaking out. There's nothing paranoid about speaking out. Jesus spoke out. Moses spoke out. Noah spoke out. Tesla spoke out with his wisdom, and they robbed him blind, stole his wife, stole his family, destroyed him. And now you're getting hit with infra and ultrasonic weaponry. Tesla technology. Hidden weapons. Hey, ask the American Indians about the fire-breathing gun. They didn't know about a fire-breathing gun, just like we don't know about ultrasonic and infrasonic and chemtrails. We don't know anything about Crysler and the war that's going on between government and banks right before our eyes as they cover it up with their medias. They create cover stories. And you're sitting there going, oh yeah, I ain't buying nothing from GM. They're using their medias to demonize GM. God bless.
This morning the sky, it was blue, but now it's turned to gray, overcast. I see the reflection in your eyes as they do a 10-mile high drive. Hush now, baby, don't you cry as grandmommy's singing you lullaby. She says, don't worry, baby, someday soon we're gonna eat the rich. The Secretary of Defense may conduct biological experiments. I guess Granny never told you sometimes life can be a bitch.
What is happening at this moment is discussed in all the Bibles and mythologies of the world. The ancient ones knew the cycles. The Hindus call these cycles the Yuga cycle of 24,000 years, in which we go through the gold, silver, bronze and iron age, just like we go through the yearly summer, winter, and the daily night and day. So we do this in the 24,000 year backward processional cycle. And we are at what the prophecies say is the time of the harvest, the time of the end of this wave of evolution of mankind, where certain ones ascend, awaken, remember who they are and reclaim their divinity. What is really, in fact, going to happen is the galactic alignment in two respects. If you look at the galactic plane, if you imagine the galaxy as a very, very thin dish in the heavens, well, our sun, it's in a cycle of 24,000 years called precession of the equinoxes. And during that cycle, it spends 12,000 years above the equator of the Milky Way galaxy, the galactic plane, and 12,000 years below. So our sun is now sitting below that galactic plane, and it's popping its head through and it's passing that galactic plane right now as we speak, and on the 21st of December 2012 it'll be more over than under. The other aspect of this is that the equinoxes have been migrating around the heavens through the signs of the zodiac for 24,000 years. The vernal equinox occurs on the 21st of March. Now, at the moment, on the 21st of March. It's actually Pisces, because it's the sign that appears on the horizon on the 21st of March. That sign is the sign that we're in. Now, we've been in that sign, the sun has been in it at the equinox for 2,000 years. Now it's right at the end of Pisces, and the new sign coming through is Aquarius. And the sun will be in Aquarius for 2,000 years. And Aquarius is an air sign. It's a fixed air. So its nature is quite different to the mutable water of Pisces. We've been in a mutable cross for 2,000 years. The equinoxes, and they've been in the mutable signs of Pisces. This is the March equinox, Virgo, the other equinox, and the solstices have been in Gemini, the solstice of June the 21st, and Sagittarius, December the 21st. Now what's happening is, as those equinoxes move around that clock and they come into the fixed signs, what's going to happen is this. The vernal equinox will be in Aquarius, the autumnal equinox will be in Leo, which is fixed fire, the solstice will go to Taurus, fixed earth, and the winter solstice will go to Scorpio, fixed water. Now these four signs are the fixed signs. So the Holy Cross, the divine cross in the skies, will be situated in their most natural home, the fixed signs. Well, in this age it's been in Pisces, which is mutable, and before that it was in Aries, which is cardinal. So now it gets to be fixed, and that is the alignment. That is what's taking place, because those signs there are very, very powerful, the fixed signs. They're very powerful in the transformation of the human consciousness. And in the Bible and in the holy books, they are the lion, the bull, the man, and the eagle. In Revelation, God is described as having the face of a man, the face of a bull, the face of an eagle, and the face of a lion. Well, that's the fixed signs of the zodiac. They're going home. The equinoxes and the solstices are going home. And that is what we're looking forward to. Just a great time in history to be living. It's just an amazing time. The great changes that we will see with our own eyes will just be stupendous. The new world of love is coming.